What up, my bitches? This is Green Bitch Tarot. I'm coming at you with a quarantine reading with my quarantine nails. As you can see, they are very much grown out right now, and we need help ASAP, but we can't do that for another month. Anyways, so I'm gonna do a reading today with my zombie tarot cards. I haven't used them very much, but I'm learning them. I really like them. They come in like a really cool little fun ammunition looking box. I got them from Barnes & Nobles about like 2-3 years ago, and they're really fun. They have a really cool little like vintage kind of post-apocalyptic feel and look to them. So I'm going to be using these and doing a reading using a spread that's from their little guidebook, and it is called the Eyeball Spread right there, and it pretty much is going to explain what life is going to be like, or what life was like last month, and then what's going to be like this month, and then first week, second week, third week, and fourth week, and then what possibly next week or next month should be like. So I'm going to do a reading doing the eyeball spread, and we'll see, you know, what the cards to say, especially with the things that are going on in the world right now. It'd be nice to have a little peek at what to expect, you know what I mean? So let's get into it. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and shuffle these. I have very small hands, and I have a very hard time shuffling these cards as well as other bigger cards. I usually read with my Gypsy Tarot cards. They are my favorite. They're Hungarian Gypsy, but these are not. So let's see how this goes. Alright, so for the first card, we have the Ten of Hazards. Second card, we have the Nine of Cups. Third card, we have the Nine of Wands. Fourth card, we have the Two of Hazards. Fifth card, we have the Devil. Sixth card, we have the Seven of Swords. I'm gonna move people up a little bit just so we can make room for our seventh card. It's the seventh card spread. And we have the Hierophant. So, make room for you right there, little Hierophant. Alright, sorry about that. Just had to move my camera back a little bit and move the cards up just so you can see the Hierophant a little better. Anyways, so this is the eyebrow spread, and I'm going to go through each of the cards and their placements and meanings and explain to you, you know, what I'm seeing. And I just want to first and foremost say, you know, what I see in the cards may not actually be what happens. It's just, you know, it's a luck of the draw. Sometimes what cards say comes true, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it resonates with somebody, and sometimes it resonates with somebody else. You know, it doesn't always resonate with the same person. But I definitely feel this is going to resonate with somebody very well. So yeah, we'll get started. So the first card that we have right here is the Ten of Hazards, and this card represents the previous month, and this card means wealth, family, and contentment. So as you see, you know, there's a little family. They're all very happy and stuff, and they have they're living in harmony with their little zombie maid and zombie butler. So, you know, everything was very nice for you in like the last month, in February and March. Everything was going great for you. But of course, you know, out of nowhere, this whole pandemic came into our life, and obviously, as we're going to see in future cards, it's kind of jumbled everything up for us. So, moving on to the second card in the middle. So, this card is an overview for the current month, and this is the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups means wishes, dreams, material, and physical happiness. So, as you can see, she's got herself all in quarantine isolation in her basement with her gun and her bullets, but yet she's over here dreaming what we all are probably dreaming of, you know, the places we could go, places we could be. And so, you know, currently this month, we're all probably in the same boat. If not, I mean, there's definitely those out there working right now, so you're probably dreaming of what you could be doing if you were, I don't want to say fortunate enough to have the time off like some of us. Some of us are not very fortunate. I am not fortunate. I want to go back to work. But everybody is sort of, you know, just thinking of better times, you know, or things we would love to do if the world was back to normal. So, now moving on to the first week of April. So the first week of April we have the Nine of Wands, and this means completion of task, willpower, and persistence. So this first week of April, we're going to start out pretty strong, I feel. We have a bunch of zombies here, and one is about to bite him, but, you know, like a herd of zombies, as long as they're persistent in getting what they want to get done and complete, then they are successful in infecting everybody. Kind of like the opposite end of what we're trying to do right now. We don't want to affect everybody. But I feel like as long as we remain persistent in our efforts to stay quarantined, this is like spot on. Like, I feel like we should be able to contain it if we keep it all together at home with our family. Alright, so moving on to the second week, we have the Two of Hazards. So the Two of Hazards means balance, harmony, juggling responsibilities. So, the second week of April is looking a little bit more like, I mean, what I'm seeing for people who do work in the healthcare field and whatnot, you are going to be working with the patients, and there is going to be some sort of, I want to say, balance and evening out of what's going on. I want to say maybe the second week might be the tipping point or the pink point of this whole crazy little pandemic. But that's so far what I'm getting. Well, let's look more further into the cards, see what we get. Alright, so for the third week, we got the infamous Devil card, which means alright, so for the third week, we got the infamous Devil card right here, which means usually temptation, excess, and self-destruction. So what I'm kind of getting from here is that things might go downhill just a little bit with this pandemic, but, you know, it could be just for you personally. Like, after about 3 weeks in isolation and being quarantined, we're all gonna get a little restless, and, you know, we may pick up habits that are not exactly healthy. Like, you know, right here we have, it's a cigarette machine, you know, very scientifically proven unhealthy habits. And we have a guy right there, obviously passed away with the cigarette, and then we have a little zombie in the corner. So, you know, we may pick up some bad habits or may get like very restless during the third week of April. That's what I'm seeing so far. And then moving on to the fourth week, we have the Seven of Swords, which is, I think it's a very funny card. You have a lady kicking down with like her husband or something into the pit of zombies. But yeah, anyways, this one means theft, sabotage, and deception. So, you know, alright, I had to think a little bit on this one, and what I'm getting is that maybe possibly, you know, from the previous week with the Devil and the vices, those vices that are feeling good, you're finally gonna feel like the deception of it. You're not gonna feel so good doing those vices anymore, or those things that you thought you'd enjoy while doing in quarantine, like if you enjoyed sewing and suddenly you're doing a lot of sewing and you're not enjoying it anymore. I feel like that is kind of like the message that I'm getting, is whatever happened the previous week that you started to enjoy, you're not going to enjoy it anymore. And pandemic wise, you know, I'm not really sensing anything doing with the pandemic. And last but not least, our Hierophant. And this is representing next month, which is actually very positive. This means truth, advice, and education. So I feel like next month we're going to have a lot more answers and things, hopefully, maybe fingers crossed, things will slow down and not be so crazy in the world. But as you can see, you know, just the TV and news reporters as rescue stations, and it's just, you know, it's looking hopeful. That's what I'm getting. I feel very hopeful seeing this card, because, you know, at first for those last 2 weeks, things were looking a little gray, weren't they? But I feel like there is a lot of hope here for the next month with the Hierophant. I just feel like we're going to get very restless the last 2 weeks of April, because, I mean, it seems like we're definitely locked down in quarantine for those times, especially if you live in the United States, where I am from. We're currently in quarantine, and I'm already getting restless. I made this channel, and I'm doing a tarot card reading, so yeah. Overall, what I'm feeling from this spread is that, you know, last month we were very comfortable with how things were, and now we're all pretty much in the same boat. Like, that's what I'm feeling really strongly with this card, is that we're all in the same boat, and each week, you know, it's gonna get a little bit weirder and weirder. But, you know, it's kind of weird, because I'm feeling like this week, these two, the third and fourth week, are more for like the people that have to stay in quarantine, and the first and second week are more for like the health workers. Very, very interesting. I don't know why I'm getting that feeling, but I feel like this one resonates a lot more with you healthcare workers, and thank you so much for all that you do. Definitely with the Knight of Wands and the Two of Hazards, you know, completion of tasks, willpower, persistence, keep doing your job, keep at it, and the Two of Hazards, balance, harmony, and juggling responsibilities. I feel like, you know, that very much resonates with you guys. And then, of course, the third and fourth week. And who knows, maybe the third and fourth week, all of us may be in quarantine, like the world may be shut down. I'm not predicting that, not claiming, do not come at me. But maybe in the third and fourth week, maybe we all are gonna get a little tired of the same old. And, you know, being in quarantine is not the best, it's not the funnest, but at least we have some great news coming to us, I feel, in the month of May, and hopefully some changes will happen and things will decrease, pandemic-wise. So, yeah. Hi, thank you very, very much for coming into my reading, and if you want to know more about the zombie deck, I got it I got it at Barnes & Noble's about 2 or 3 years ago, and I know it can be purchased off of Amazon, but what I have heard from the Amazon reviews and website, that there are some doubles and misprints for this card set on Amazon particularly, so I don't recommend highly getting it from there. I got very lucky with my set 2-3 years ago, but you know, you might be luck of the draw and you might get a full complete set like I did at Barnes & Noble's or something. But yeah, if you have any more questions into this reading, or if you have time on your hand and you're really bored, you want to follow me on Instagram, I have an Instagram, it's Green Vitch Tarot. Anyways, have a magical day. Woo.